most especially as we get into elections right now. The role of digitalization is very important. We've seen that digitalization can support democracies, can support election processes, can support people understanding what are our rights, right? And over the years we've seen that governments in the region have really pretty much antagonized with the internet during election periods. And as we get into the election of 2026, we call on to the government to uphold these digital rights. The people have a right to access the internet, because the internet is no longer a luxury. People use internet for education, for livelihoods, for work, right? So as we get into elections, we ask the governments to uphold some of these digital rights around, access to information, to make sure that people are accessing information. I think every time the internet is switched down, a lot of things could go wrong. As I speak right now, I will mention two countries on the continent. Cameroon is facing an internet shutdown because they just got out of an election. Same applies to Tanzania. We don't know what's going on down there. But like I said earlier on, the internet is no longer a luxury, right? The internet is a basic right. People use the internet for education, people use the internet for livelihoods, people use the internet for work. We do have lots of people that work online, because that's also responding to the issues of unemployment that we do have. But also every time the internet is switched off, because the numbers are very clear. A lot of people accessing their information through TikTok and etc. Right? So these are sources of information, and we know that every time people have access to information, they are well informed. Otherwise, if the internet is switched off, then you're opening up space for misinformation and fake news. Right? So as we get into the elections, we call upon governments to uphold the rights that people have. Access to information is a fundamental right. We do have lots of rights that allow people to be able to access these technologies. So